Sharing is caring. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 people who tied winning awards. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at pairs of actors or directors who famously or infamously tied for an award. Number 10. Cher and Jean Stapleton, Best Actress, Television Series, Musical or Comedy, the Golden Globe Awards.
Your body misses you.
The year was 1973, and the race to see who would win Best Actress in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy at the 31st Golden Globe Awards was a tight one. Of the 5 candidates, 4 had been nominated the year before, with Jean Stapleton ultimately taking home the prize. But this year, things wouldn't be so easy. Up against Mary Tyler Moore, Carol Burnett, Bea Arthur, and Cher, Stapleton had her hands full. Her performance as Edith Bunker on the hit CBS sitcom All in the Family was good, but was it good enough for a repeat? Yes, it was.
Well, pretty near.
However, Cher's performance on the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour was equally impressive, so they split the prize.
I got you, babe. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Thank you.
Number 9. Michael Caine and Dustin Hoffman, the BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role.
And the winners are Dustin Hoffman for Tootsie and Michael Caine for Educating Rita.
The 37th BAFTA Awards featured a Best Actor category for the ages. 4 performances were nominated. Dustin Hoffman for Tootsie, Robert De Niro for The King of Comedy, and Michael Caine for both The Honorary Consul and Educating Rita. But alas, there could only be one winner. Just kidding, this category totally ended in a tie between Caine for his turn as an alcoholic professor in Educating Rita, and Hoffman for his iconic performance in Tootsie. They'd both go on to earn Academy Award nominations, albeit in different years, though neither would take home Hollywood's top prize.
Dustin had to put a lot of padding on to become a woman. I had to put on 35 pounds, so it seems that the best way to get this award is not to be yourself.
Number 8. Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, and Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone, Worst Screen Couple, Golden Raspberry Awards.
Don't be afraid. I'm going to give you the choice I never had.
Ah, the Razzies, the award show that celebrates the past year's worst films and performances. It's the kind of award that, as an actor, you hope you never win. Unfortunately for Cruise, Pitt, Stallone, and Stone, that ship sailed when they turned in less than stellar performances in Interview with the Vampire and The Specialist, respectively.
Is it worth it?
I think so.
The Worst Screen Couple category also included, quote, any combination of 2 people in the entire cast from Color of Night, and Kevin Costner and, quote, any of his 3 wives from Wyatt Earp. It was as eclectic a group of nominees as we've ever seen.
Wives come and go, that's the plain truth of it.
Number 7. Joel Coen and Martin Scorsese, Best Director, the Film Independent Spirit Awards.
Ray. You should never point a gun at anyone unless you mean to shoot him.
The Film Independent Spirit Awards were founded in 1984 as a way of celebrating the achievements made by independent filmmakers in Hollywood and beyond. And in the very first year, there was a tie in the Best Director category. Joel Coen for the neo-noir crime flick Blood Simple, and Martin Scorsese for his black comedy After Hours.
I'll probably get blamed for that.
Coen co-directed the film with his brother Ethan, but at that point in their career, Joel always took credit for directing, and Ethan for producing. It must have been quite the confidence boost for the young filmmakers to share an award with an Oscar-nominated director like Scorsese.
Can't have it both ways.
Number 6. Madonna and Britney Spears, Worst Actress, Golden Raspberry Awards.
I'm not an animal!
Madonna is no stranger to the Golden Raspberry Awards, as she currently holds the record for most wins in the Worst Actress category. After being honored, or dishonored, or whatever, with wins in 1986, 87, 93, and 2000, she must have been pretty happy to not be the only winner when she was nominated yet again in 2002.
Just wait till my lawyer speaks to your captain.
Madonna's unforgivable performance in Swept Away tied with Britney Spears' equally sad turn in Crossroads.
I'm on a road trip with a killer and you're telling me not to be upset?
Perhaps the pop stars turned actresses learned from their mistakes, as they've yet to be nominated for a Razzie since their infamous 2002 tie.
I'm gonna be so sick later.
Number 5. Tom Courtenay and Robert Duvall, Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama, Golden Globe Awards.
My God, it's a tie. Tom Courtenay in The Dresser and Robert Duvall in Tender Mercies.
The Best Actor Motion Picture Drama category at the 41st Golden Globes featured a whopping 7 nominees. Eric Roberts, Al Pacino, Albert Finney, Richard Farnsworth, Tom Conti, Robert Duvall, and Tom Courtenay battled it out for one of acting's top prizes. Courtenay and Duvall ended up sharing the award, with the latter going on to win an Oscar as well.
Thank you very much for this award. Thank you.
Ironically, neither Courtenay's performance in The Dresser or Duvall's in Tender Mercies left much of a cultural legacy. Instead, it was Pacino's portrayal of drug kingpin Tony Montana in Scarface that would cement itself as one of the decade's most memorable performances.
Say hello to my little friend!
Number 4. Daniel Day-Lewis and Jack Nicholson, Best Actor, Critics' Choice Awards.
Nobody believes me, but I swear to God there was that time.
If anyone could find a way to tie the incomparable Daniel Day-Lewis in an acting category, it's longtime Hollywood heavyweight Jack Nicholson. The two squared off at the 8th Critics' Choice Awards in the Best Actor category for their performances in Gangs of New York and About Schmidt, respectively. Also nominated was Robin Williams for his performance in 1 Hour Photo. The award ceremony saw all 3 nominees sitting on the edge of their seats, as presenter Salma Hayek read one name, allowed that person to give their speech, and then read the other. Dramatic tension? You bet! Plus, an impromptu comedy routine courtesy of the great Robin Williams.
Is he so happy to be here he could drop a log, really?
Number 3. Ellen Burstyn and Maggie Smith, Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, Golden Globe Awards.
I might give it all up. It's no fun anymore.
How all 5 of these performances didn't end in a tie, we will never know. Voters at the 36th Golden Globes had a tall order to fill when they were asked to select a winner in a Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical category that included Olivia Newton-John, Jacqueline Bisset, Goldie Hawn, Maggie Smith, and Ellen Burstyn.
You didn't understand the question?
While they ultimately decided on Burstyn for her performance in Same Time Next Year, and Smith for hers in California Suite, the latter of the two going on to claim the Oscar as well. All 5 of these women could easily have walked away with the statuette.
That is about the nicest thing that anybody said to me in months.
Number 2. Diane Keaton and Marsha Mason, Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, Golden Globe Awards.
You got a car?
Just 1 year prior to Ellen Burstyn and Maggie Smith's Golden Globes tie, there was another split decision between 2 Hollywood legends. Now considered 2 of the defining films of the 1970s, Annie Hall and The Goodbye Girl earned both Diane Keaton and Marsha Mason a Golden Globe for Best Actress, Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical.
So kill me. I'm a sucker for romance.
Both actresses delivered career-defining performances, ones that would be associated with them for the rest of their acting days. Both would go on to receive Academy Award nominations, with Keaton ultimately taking home the prestigious Oscar.
I know, sometimes I ask myself how I'd stand up under torture.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
No wire hangers ever!
Don't you know how to smile?
Hey, you. You. You just can't take the fact that it was my turn.
It won't matter who's pure blood and who's not.
Life's not easy when you're in the top 10.
You say, oh, good, like you're surprised.
Number 1. Barbra Streisand and Katharine Hepburn, Best Actress, Academy Awards.
Hello, gorgeous.
Arguably one of the most famous moments in award show history, screen legends Barbra Streisand and Katharine Hepburn tied the Best Actress category at the 41st Academy Awards for their performances in Funny Girl and The Lion in Winter, respectively.
We have such possibilities, my children. We could change the world.
It was Streisand's first Oscar nomination, in stark contrast to Hepburn, who had not only won the award the previous year, but had also been nominated an incredible 10 times since 1934. To this day, it remains the first and only tie in the history of the Best Actress category at the Oscars.
You don't win fair, but you win.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.